joke that happened in the chat. Mostly, entirely a joke. I like Cliff. Hello. How are you guys? Make sure I have the volume up properly before. Hi, Eon. Hi, Zen. What are you screaming about? What's wrong, Eon? Huzzah! Oh yeah, the volume thing is up properly, so everything should work fine. Today was good. Yeah, I'll just say that. Today was good. And let me tweet this out real quick, and then we can start watching the intro. How was y'all's day? Yeah, I know, Lobster. Like, what the heck is up with that? It's not me. I have a schedule. Joof does not have a schedule. I'm just saying. It's not me. I don't remember what happens in chapter. I'm like trying to make a tweet that's like, stuff happens, and I'm like, I don't remember what happens actually in this route. So, there we go. Hello. Man, I feel like both me and Joof's voices would be like awful. Well, yeah, because Slime Rancher is good, Egg. It does say that you're off, like, it says that Joof's offline right now. Like, what is that? Why is that a thing? Well, I'm sorry you feel really sick, man. Yeah, Joof just wants to win the election, and he's using dirty tactics. Maya, I believe in you. You can do it. Here we go. Okay. For some reason, I was expecting that to be really loud. I was like, ah! No, but it's fine. Todd made this opening video. It's like a testament to our friendship. He made the first video, too. Did a lot of neat stuff with it. I remember the time it took us to find the stupid fonts to use in this video. Oh my god, it took us like 5 hours. Oh. I will date the Paul for you. No, I'm not in the physical form of God. I am not in this game. I did not put myself in this game in any way. I feel like that would be weird. Worst ending! I kind of want Paul's worst ending now. I'm sorry if I like yawn a lot this stream. I've been having fatigue days for the past week, so I'm like super tired. Let's go for worst end. Well, Fairy Dust in the worst end, everybody decided to go for. I mean, in the last stream, everybody decided to go for the worst ending. You're salty. You only want the bad ending? You mean you like don't want any, you don't want like, but what about Maya, what about love? What about love, Maya? Because everybody said that the worst ending, they all... Hi, Jimmy. You sound so gung-ho. Everybody said that in the worst ending, like, everybody cried and everybody wanted to see what the worst ending was because they're sadists, or no, masochists.
Perfection.
Hey! Thanks, Double A! Does that mean you have a new bit badge now? Love comes from the darkness. Hidden Block are not supposed to be the bullies. We just needed somebody to function as antagonists in the route. We can't just have everybody happy all the time. Thankfully, it worked out because Hidden Block has a huge fan base from the game, so... Hey, Gillespie. I also love that emote. You will see yourself out. Well, I mean, what ending we get is entirely dependent on what you guys vote for, because I'm not voting for things. So it's literally all up to you guys. Is it weird to sing to your own song? I feel like it's weird. Oh, hey, Cole! Thanks for hosting! How was your stream? What is this? The Kids' Choice Awards? You'll just follow Maya? I salute you, Reavers. Hi, Cliff. I trolled you in the beginning. Sorry. Last stream we did chapter 2. This stream we're gonna do chapter 3, and on Sunday we're gonna do chapter 4. Yeah! Let me, I don't have my phone, and I needed to tweet a thing. Dang it! Okay, give me a second. Actually, wait. I mean, I know what I can do, because I can like play the music box, and I can put on nice music. Yay! Okay, I'll be right back while I go get my phone. Update, just kidding, my phone was on my desk the whole time. Help me. Oh, I love that Japanese. I don't know what it says though. Something, she, something. Okay, I got one syllable. No, two. Ooh. Whoa, something. Maybe? I don't know. Anyways, let us continue. I have an idea though. If we finish this chapter earlier than 11, we can all have an ice cream date. By that, I'm gonna go get a popsicle from my freezer, and we can all have ice cream together if you have ice cream. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying the plan is. So now then. The next week passed slowly by as plans were made for Paul's campaign. Let us continue. Given that Continue had access to a newspaper segment in which to promote Paul, most of their articles became weird 1950s-style propaganda, talking Paul up as some kind of spotless hero everyone could look up to. Women's shirt sizes are... Yeah, I feel you on that, Cliff. They liked the articles, but every time I looked at one, I wanted to strangle them. Wow, long time no see. Oremanyon? Hey! The second double A has donated $10 and says, "This is basically the remainder of my most recent paycheck, and I've decided to give it to you." Aw. Well, thank you, double A. I appreciate that. And it's also going towards the Shane route goal. Great. Looking forward to it. For realsies. Oremanyan? No, Oremanyan's Korean. Sashiburi? Yeah, that's what it would be. Sashiburi. Man, I need to touch up on my Asian languages. It is working. Thank you, Yosh. Cole. Yosh. Yosh. They liked the articles, but every time I looked at one, I wanted to strangle them. Hisashiburi mina. Hisashiburi mina. To everybody, it was nice to long time no see. Hi everyone. You're right. Nice, nice. That's really cool. They were making Paul too unrelatable and were engaging everything only from his point of view. He talked a lot about wanting the best for the student populace, but never... Aw, thanks for hosting, Egg. He talked a lot about wanting the best for the student populace, but never detailed in what way he would benefit them. Josh said those parts would be too boring, that students just wanted a superhero-esque figure to look up to. Paul is literally a god. At the next few meetings, I tried to bring up my ideas for the campaign, but I almost never got a word in edgewise. They never stopped talking long enough for me to make a point, always too deep in conversation about another topic. It wasn't long until I started wondering why I was even there. Paul might have had a great vision for my addition to the team, but it just ended up with me as the stalemate decider for all of their arguments. I was venting my frustrations to Mai one night while getting ready for bed, dragging a brush through my hair. If they could just get an interview or even something from the perspective of another student and told them something about Paul they could actually relate to, I think that would have a big impact. I'm just so tired of having them not listen to me. I can't keep sitting around. I feel like I'm there for decoration, not actually for being useful. I paused from clipping her toenails to look me full on in the face. I put down my brush, knowing something big was coming. Well, why not just do it yourself?
What?
What? It's not like you need his permission or anything, especially not if you're going from the perspective of some random student. Perks of being a wallflower? Why not try to humanize him a bit? Tell us some cute little anecdotes about him and have someone else submit it for you?
Bingo.
I mean, I don't like to brag, but I like to consider myself something of a writer. I can help you whip something up real quick and you can submit it as a letter to the editor. What do you say? Oh yeah, sure, I didn't realize that the volume was too quiet. How's that? Is that better? Is that too loud? Plays with my necklaces. Cool. I don't know. What if he gets mad? That messes up what they're going for.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Mai isn't a reflection of me in this route, but... No, the writer thing came up. That was something that was already part of Mai's character, especially considering, like, what, you know, what happens in Satch's route. That was already something that was for Mai's character, and when I was thinking about... Like, it was towards the very end of development when I was like, well, Mai doesn't really get to have something that's her own. Like, Hana gets to be interested in video games, and Mai's just interested in Jared. And that's when I was like, well, why not just make her want to be a writer? But then I was like, damn it, now everybody's gonna think that Mai is me. But no, that was why, because Mai deserves to have her own thing. And volleyball, you're right. Man, we should have had a scene where Mai plays, like, volleyball and is very hot, because have you seen volleyball players? They're amazing. Like, very skillful, also very attractive, very strong. Listen. Sometimes you have to step away from the group when you know what they're doing is wrong. Wasn't that the whole reason he added you in the first place? But I guess it's up to you in the end. What do you want to do? You brought my fear to life. Literally everybody has already... When Todd first started talking to me about Asagao, he was like, so Mai's you, right? And I was like, no! Blast! Mai needs her own game. We have to do something special for Mai. I would love to have merchandise for Mai, like a Mai merchandise. Just an entire Mai merchandise page, everything about Mai, my body pillow. Let's just... Love Mai. I love Mai. I mean, I'm not even necessarily into volleyball players. They're so... Have you ever... Man. Okay. Aw, thanks, Nuptup. Hey! But I guess it's up to you in the end. What do you want to do? Oh yeah, so what do you guys want to do? Do you want to publish an article with mine, or do you want to just let it be? It's totally up to you. I'm not making this decision. Haikyuu? I would purchase a My Body pillow. I would purchase a My Body pillow. Are you kidding me? My god, I would sleep with that every night. Publish, publish. Publish, publish, publish. Everybody's saying publish. So, merchandise. Merchandise. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
She's mine. Oh my god. If we ever, oh man. Imagine how many my puns you could, let's make an audio album by the Pardon My's. And so many my puns. Yeah, let's do it. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that was just the game again. I was like, I don't understand. I don't see a notification. It was just the game. This is fine. That's the spirit. Give them a total run for their money. But actually, while we're on the topic of Paul, how goes the whole feels situation? My lovely little my. The apple of my eye. Mai and I hadn't spoken about it since the articles came out. She knew exactly how much attention like that bothered me. Yep, Asagao. I don't really know anymore. Paul has godly thighs. You know her song would be about Jared. Squid, what'd you do? Wow. Man, that hair looks amazing with the Asagao uniform. I appreciate that, Squid. I would never want to take the place of Mai. I would just want to be next to her. Like, next to her place. You know? Sweet Volley High. I'll have to look at it. I'll have to take a look at it. See, I want my merch. But also I need food, the eternal conflict. Not feeling him so much? It's not that I'm not feeling him, it's just like, I don't get it. We've been having trouble just communicating to each other. It's like he's on the second floor and I'm on the first and we're trying to talk through the level between us. We're just not seeing things clearly. So, you don't like him anymore? It's not that, it's... If things were a bit easier...
I don't know.
I don't know. I nodded solemnly. 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 Oh. Oh, that's so cute, Mermaid. Oh, I would have loved to see Kat, Hana, and Mai. And also to own them. I mean, we are banging Paul. We're just also kind of people are rooting for the bad ending, I think, or the good end. Like, I don't know what you guys are up to. Well, anyways, about the article. Hey, Karina. The day that Mai sent in her letter to the editor, to the newspaper, found me and Paul deep in intensive training. The Meistery point-and-click adventure. No matter how I protested, Paul kept trying to teach me various aspects of public speaking, from proper diction to answering questions off the cuff. It wasn't working. I heard that last year Paul used his presidential funding on donuts for the students in his classroom instead of the improvements to the school that he promised. Is this true? I wasn't here last year, so I can't really answer that. So it's true then?
No!
No, that's not what I said. I stamped my foot and Paul made a face at me. How many times do I have to say this? When it comes to interviews, it's the gaps in information that count. If you can't concretely deny something, people will assume it's true. And you can't keep caving under pressure like that. People are gonna get mean. I collapsed into a chair, head in my hands. Eon's like exploding. You're taking this way too seriously. It's just a school election, and I keep telling you I'm not cut out for this. But you are. I can see it in you. You've got that spark. If you would just believe in yourself, you'd be able to do this easily. But instead, you keep insisting you can't. Haven't you heard that anything is possible? Asagao is a game that is 460,000 words long. We were tired. Anything might be possible, but this isn't one of them. Just use Nick or Josh. You can trust them not to mess things up.
No.
No, if I took them, I'd get too focused on joking around. I need to maintain my image. Hey, did Paul kill someone last year? I was in a different country last year. So he's a murderer. I mean, but like, yeah. Your image? What's so wrong with people seeing you as, I don't know, an actual human? Paul pursed his lips. Right, and what happens if you ever need to do something like this outside of school? What happens if, say, your father gets in trouble? Oh crap, Paul, what are you doing? I bristled. What about my father? You said he runs his own business, right? What if a customer steals from him, but there's no way to prove it other than your word, and the police come to question you? Your father could get in a lot of trouble simply because you aren't convincing. In fact, you can cause suspicion with the way you're acting. Leave my father out of this! Paul rolled his eyes. Murder, Paul? Calm down, Hannah. It's just a hypothetical situation. I'm only trying to help you. Oh my god, Paul's such a little piece of crap. I shook my head. I don't want your help, okay? Not when you keep trying to force me to be something I'm not. Guilt made me avoid Paul's eyes as I packed my things. When I started to leave, he didn't even try to stop me. He just turned to the window, hands on top of his head. The interview with PB&J was only 2 days away. If I was going to be forced to participate, shouldn't I at least give it my best shot? That was the rationale that kept me coming back to practices that were only helpful in frustrating the hell out of both of us. At this rate, more Syrian. Paul murdered me and my family. Listen, I didn't write him as anything. He came out that way, like a little baby. He came out of the womb. He came out of the proverbial writing womb, and being like, ah! At this rate, more practice would just mean a stiff and awkward interview. 2 campaigners with no chemistry and no desire to get along. Yawn. Yawn. No, it wasn't worth it. I nodded to Paul's back, mind made up. I'd do the interview if he still forced me to, but I wasn't going to put up with his whims, come what may. Maya and I walked to class together the next morning. I tried to get up early so I wouldn't have to face her, not with my worries about the article, but Maya was up even earlier than me out of sheer excitement. I've never had something I wrote published before. Do you think I did a good job? Do you think people will be able to tell it's me? Maya scanned the grounds for any students carrying newspapers while I marched straight ahead, my gaze forward.
Oh, Jared.
Do you think Jared will read it? What if he thinks I'm really talented and falls in love with me without knowing it's me? He could spend all his time trying to discover who wrote it, and when he finally finds me and my secret identity, he accidentally lets it slip to the world. I have to escape through an underground tunnel. Maybe you should consider being a writer. You certainly got the imagination for it.
Aww.
You think so? Maya's eyes glistened and I frowned. To think of it, we never really discussed what our dreams were. The only thing Maya told me about why she came to Asagao was... My parents wanted me gone, so here I am. Not that they don't love me, of course, but they're busy. And I think Dad might have a mistress. Mistress? Maya, I'm so sorry. Why? Oh, it's not the first time. I think my parents basically agreed to have an open marriage, but sometimes my mom gets all angry about it anyways, and I think they're fighting about something else. It's such an odd thing that I didn't really want to ask more. I knew Maya came from a totally different world than I did. Most of the Asagao students were uncomfortably rich, the kind of people who could be unemployed their entire lives and still grow their savings account. Most of the time I didn't have to think about it, not after I got used to the expensive food options and ridiculous campus size and high-tech computers. But occasionally there would be something like this, and it threw me off so much I dropped the conversation in its entirety. God, Mai, damn! Look, there's someone with a newspaper! One of the 4th-year teachers, Mr. Saitoma, was walking down the path ahead of us, a newspaper tucked under his shoulder. Before I could say anything, I sprinted down the path and stopped in front of him. Yeah, my parents didn't want to have me around. Also, my dad might have a side chick. I mean, it's casual enough for my. Miss, can I help you? Mai stood in front of him, beaming, hands tucked behind her back. Yes, sir. Did you have a chance to read that paper yet? Why, no. I was just going for my regular coffee. You're no help. Mai turned on her heel and headed towards the cafeteria, evidently going to find someone who had read her letter, whether she had to force them to or not. My parents' marriage is in shambles. I watched her go and was about to head towards Poppy when I noticed Mr. Saitama watching me. Yes? The old man smiled, his sad face looking years younger. Miss, have I seen you before?
What?
What? I'm a student here, so probably. I pet my hair anxiously. He probably had seen it from far away and was curious. The old man shook his head. No, it's your eyes, I believe. I believe I've seen them somewhere before.
Yeah!
Tell me, do you? No, wait, that's not the game this time, right? It's not! Squid has donated $5 and said, oh my god, is that someone with a newspaper? In a my voice, which I'm assuming is just, listen, I can't listen, guys. Thank you, Squid, for sharing my excitement about newspapers. Tell me, do you? The warning bell echoed across campus, and the old man shook his head. Silly thing. Can't even talk to someone in peace. I do hope I'll see you again, miss. Oh my gosh. I dove quickly through the hallways, hoping against hope I wouldn't run into Paul. It was still weird seeing my face plastered across the walls. Hey, look! It's that poster that you can get as a postcard from the Asagao Academy Illicit shop. At least until they're sold out. Which will probably, I don't know when that'll be. There's a limited number left is what I'm trying to say. Hey, I'm good at this. It was still weird seeing my face plastered across the walls. Paul wanted to undo the damage Jeff's posters did, but he didn't even ask before putting my face on them.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Hana. Might you tell me why exactly you're hiding behind my locker? Thanks, Lobster. Your postcard is the one thing on the wall. Indeed, Reavers, it will be. I glanced in surprise at the locker I was leaning against and pushed myself away from it. Man, y'all, Caddy is so nice. And also so young and yet so responsible. I remember meeting him and realizing that he was a year younger than me and already vastly ahead of me in terms of emotional maturity and like kindness and friendliness. It was at SGC and like we were with like a large crowd of people and it was my first day there and I felt like kind of uncomfortable because I didn't really know that many people. I only knew like two, like Danny and Austin, and that was really all the people that I knew super well. And Caddy was like sitting there playing on his DS and he like looked up and saw me sitting alone by myself like a lonely loner. And he was like, oh, I really like your 3DS. What are you up to? And like started a little conversation with me, like just because he saw that I looked awkward and wanted to make me feel comfortable. And I was like, Caddy, I like you. Caddy's very cool. I know, Reavers, right? And I'm not even that lost. Like, that's the thing. He's just so good. A month younger? Oh, a month younger than you? Yeah, he's not that old. I glanced in surprise at the locker I was leaning against and pushed myself away from it. I was eating grass by myself in the middle of this bar. I was, checking the integrity of the thing. You know, as you do. The integrity of my locker? Yes, architecture and all that, you know? Caddy's eyes narrowed. For some reason, he seemed suspicious of me. Right, architecture. Well then, I trust you found my locker impenetrable? Oh yes, very much so. Good. Good. He stood there in silence, staring at me. I glanced over his shoulder. The coast was clear. Let your dad know that you are a nerd. Let him know. He must know already. Oh, hey, Tina. He stood there in silence, staring at me. I glanced over his shoulder. The coast was clear.
See you later.
Well then, I'll just be going. I stepped off down the hallway, getting not 3 steps away before Caddy stopped me.
Hey.
Hana? Yes? I know the campaign between Paul and Jeff is pretty intense, but I trust you're above that mess. Yes? Caddy nodded solemnly. Feeling uncomfortable, I started for the classroom yet again. This time, Caddy watched me go, not moving until I was well and truly out of sight. I mean, there's also a picture of Hana and Mai, and Jacques is on their shoulder, but like, it's Hana and Mai being happy and cute together, so I'm just saying that. It's like, they take a selfie. It's a picture of them taking a selfie together. I have it, somewhere. I usually have it hanging up on my wall, but I haven't gotten a certain poster framed yet, so it's not hanging up yet. Is there any section that I've read that has made me go, I remember specifically writing this section? If you mean specifically writing, like where I was or what was going on at the time that I wrote it, not particular. Like the only chunk of the game that I think does that for me are the chunks in PBG's route where I was like, PBG is on the other side of this wall. I mean, Austin is on the other side of this wall, and I'm writing about dating him. It's weird. And Jared's chapter 4, because I wrote that all in one day, and I injured my hands doing so I remember it vividly. I reached the classroom door unhassled and opened it with a relieved sigh, but the interaction with Caddy was still bothering me. Oh yeah, Jimmy's got muscles. Oh yeah. Was he up to something? He seemed so suspicious.
Hana.
Hana? Ah! Paul shoved a newspaper in my face, anger lighting his eyes like a firecracker. I had a feeling this was not going to pick our relationship out of the rut it had been in over the past few days. What is this? Mai's article was circled in permanent marker, a small angry face drawn next to it. Oh my god, look at it. It's cute. What do you guys think? Oh, thanks, Maya. You can follow that link to buy the Asagao postcards. Dat merch, though. No, his name is Peanut Butter Gamer because it was the very first joke that I came up with as part of the team, and Danny thought it was so good that she told it to Austin, and then they both thought it was so good, and when I didn't actually put it in the route, they were like, we need to find a way to get it into the route because it's really funny. So we rewrote parts of his route to get the joke in there because we thought it was funny. Own up, own up, own up. It wasn't me. I got you in the shoulder. It wasn't me. Got a baby in the butter. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. So it seems like most people are saying own up. That emote? Oh, actually, I would love to get an emote like that. Alas, it shall have to wait until a partnership, whenever that may be. Because the emotes are chair a dance, chair a carrot, and chair a scare. So I'm gonna say own up to it. I almost clicked it wasn't me just because the song was such. I love that song. It's so catchy. Well, you guys weren't listening to me, and the way you're going about it is kind of stupid, so...
What?
Stupid? And what are you gonna do if this backfires, How are you gonna fix it? I think it might be... Is it... There it is. Oh, I'm glad. I don't even remember. No, it's... If you subscribe... It's because when you're an affiliate, if you subscribe at the... There's like different tiers, and so you only get one emote when you're an affiliate, but you get another emote for the 2 different tiers. So at the $10 tier, you get the red as a carrot emote, and at the $25 tier, I think, you get the Cherith Scare emote. Yeah, and I have those because hopefully someday when I am partnered, we will be able to get more emotes for everybody to use and like make those widely spread. Hey, Glacier. Oh, scare it. Got it. His intensity and ferocity reminded me of our practice sessions, and again I failed to answer. The same thought must have occurred to Paul because he seemed doubly frustrated. He inhaled slowly, releasing the breath on a 5 count. We'll talk about this after class. Why is he acting like we're a child? With that, he stalked from the classroom. Not 3 seconds later, Mai sprinted through the doorway, panting like a maniac.
Yeah!
That was Mai, right? Yeah, that was Mai. Someone said my writing was compelling, Hana. Compelling! Can you believe it? I nodded. I have a feeling anything you did would be compelling, Mai. Mai chuckled, a smirk crossing her lips. You know what they say, can't hold back this much personality. No, definitely not. The classroom door opened and Miss Shizuka walked in, spacing out like she'd just witnessed a murder. Children. Sometimes life is not meant to be understood. Please contemplate all the things you don't understand for the next hour. Sound good? I frowned. Shizuka put her head on her palm, completely entranced. What's up with her? I shrugged. Who ever knows what's up with her? Paul, Nick, and Josh didn't talk to me that lunch period. If anyone noticed, nobody said anything about it. It seemed social cohesion was an integral part of the Normal Boots Club, and people's private problems were their own private problems unless they elected to bring them into the foreground or get involved. It made sense to me. It was hardly possible to sustain such a large group of people if everybody was always getting up in each other's business, especially when most problems blew over in a day or two. I packed my things and waved a quick goodbye to Mai, heading straight to the 4th floor classroom that had become our meeting area. There is a route where Shizuka is happy, Portal. I will not tell you what it is. It wasn't until after class that day that I started to hear buzz about Mai's article. Do you really think he saved that kid from a burning building, though? For all we know, the person who wrote the article could be lying. There's no way such a gifted writer could be lying. How eloquent they were! How compelling! I did like that he cried when his dog died. I've been there. Dealing with that kind of loss is no joke. Mai nodded fervently.
Mm-hmm.
No, no Mai route. If there's going to be a Mai route, we want to be the ones to write it. Our president really does have a heart of gold. Good. Then it was working. I waved a quick goodbye to Mai, heading straight to the 4th floor classroom that had become our meeting area. Stay in your lane, Mimi. I had no idea what kind of greeting I could expect when I got there, but hopefully it wouldn't be too bad. As I neared the clubroom, I started to hear strange noises. Howling, screeching, stomping. It sounded like there was a zoo in there. I paused at the door, absolutely dreading what I would find when I opened it. After standing there for 5 straight minutes, the noises inside never ceasing, my curiosity got the better of me and I opened the door a crack to peek inside. Nothing could have prepared me for what I saw inside. Paul, Nick, and Josh were standing in the room, each in their own exaggerated poses. Paul was doing some sort of karate pose, his arms in a T-Rex position. Nick was doing an endless pirouette in the center of the room. And Josh? Josh had somehow got his leg behind his head and was bouncing on the remaining one. Paul, who was facing the door, pointed. The rest turned on me, scenting their prey. There was a moment of silence. Adrenaline struck me, my heart beating rapidly. I shut the door, turned, and ran. Then they all started yelling. It was too late, a stampede of shoes hitting the tile floors. Hana! I'm sorry! With the speed at which I apologized, it sounded like a spell to keep me safe from harm. Come back here, Hana! Their footsteps echoed down the hall as they continued to chase after me. We weren't doing anything weird, all right? You didn't see anything. The trio was gaining on me, their legs longer, faster. I took a glimpse behind me, but it was all a fleeting blur. It was a dance battle, you know, like interpretive dance. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. With that last-ditch effort at an apology, I ducked into the nearest girl's bathroom. To my horror, the door opened behind me. They followed me in. I turned around, backing up. They advanced on me. Hana, we've been thinking about that article. I threw my hands up over my head. I'm sorry. Please don't beat me up. What? Beat you up? Why would we beat you up? You were chasing after me like thugs. No, we're ecstatic about the article. Not only has it been gaining a ton of positive buzz, but we've been getting great feedback from the ladies as well. I frowned. I'm sorry? We've been a bit intimidating to the female demographic, at least up close. From afar we look fun, but in person, you're telling me. But it really looks like we should contemplate changing our approach. This whole authentic spiel presented in this article seems to have charmed the populace.
Right?
You gotta win people's hearts. What did I tell you? You told us, and you were right. You both were. I know I was mad at you earlier, but it looks like your hunch was right. Thanks for taking the risk, Hana. I wouldn't have pegged you for a risk taker, but hey, I'm impressed. I think I'll finally accept you as our campaign manager. Had you not accepted me before? Josh waggled a finger before me. A gentleman never reveals his secrets. My thought, basically the guys have been posting campaign articles like 1950s propaganda ads, and Hana was like, I think that's stupid. We should get a different thing. And then she made Mai write an article about it. That's what's happened. Well, this is all really nice. Truly it is, but can we get out of the girls' bathroom? We've still got an interview to prepare for, and if you didn't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Let's get down to it then. The last practice before the interview went somewhat more smoothly than usual, but I was still nervous. Yeah, I've never heard of a high school having a shaving rule. As we wrapped up, Paul shot me a bright smile.
Oh, I know that's right.
Don't worry, I know you got this. I nodded and followed him out of the room, stomach churning. That makes one of us. Ooh. Oh. Uh-oh. Not that I'm... Oh, nothing. And welcome back to PB&J. Your somewhat nightly talk show / music thing / news source. Tonight we've got a real special treat for you. Just trust me, we really do. It's our current student body president, Paul Ritchie, and his campaign manager type person, transfer student Hana Mizuno. PBG and John clapped politely for us as Paul leaned into the microphone, chuckling. You know, thank you so much for having us on. It really means a lot to us that we're able to come and spread our message to the world.
Yeah!
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So we have a lot of questions planned for this segment, but we also want to take a few questions from our callers. We'll give you guys a bit of a warm-up while we wait for our callers to get their questions in, shall we? I don't remember, Egg. I stared at the microphone in front of me as PPG and John asked Paul standard questions about his campaign. It might have been me and Todd. Standard questions about his campaign. Why are you running? What is your platform? What did you accomplish last year? As I listened to Paul's smooth, practiced answers, I felt increasingly out of place. He really should have come alone. Paul's always been the student body president. He's running to keep that position. He really should have come alone. I would be nothing more than a burden. The microphone stared me down like some kind of robotic bug, daring me to say something so that it could go down in the annals of recorded history forever. I could just imagine my future children looking up and listening to this interview saying, "Wow, Mom, you sucked." I swallowed quietly and John gave me a look, pointing to his mouth and moving away from the microphone. I balked and sat further away. Did it really pick up on that? Well, that was enlightening. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you for the enlightening conversation. Now for our break. For our first caller! PPG made a face at John, who grinned. Apparently he wanted to get right to the good stuff. Our first caller, Kate, you're on! I don't think that this is self-pity. I do think that this is unconfidence. Self-pity is when you're like, woe is me. Unconfidence is when you're like, I can't do this. Right, so this first question is for Hannah. Why is your hair all pink and whatever? Like, what are you trying to do? Kate is my best friend from Kansas. Adrenaline shot through me like electricity, and I stared at my hands, mind racing to think of a suitable answer. I'm not trying to do anything. That's just how my hair is. I sounded scared even to my own ears. I glanced at Paul and saw him stone-faced, trying to make no expression at all. I winced. Oh God, yeah, with a face like that, how are you supposed to feel good? Dang, Paul. Well, thank you for your call. But, next caller. I gave PPG a tremulous smile and he waved it off. A slow, drawling voice crawled over the line next, and I knew instantly who it was. So, what does Paul think he has over Jeff that gives him a competitive edge? Paul shot forward immediately.
Well,
first of all, I don't run smear campaigns. I run my campaign honestly with clear communication to the people I intend to serve. Secondly, this year will mark my second year as president, and I'll finally be able to implement the plans I was working on all last year. Without this second year, that first year is basically wasted. So you wasted your first year in office and you want people to elect you because you promised this time it'll be different? Paul bit his lip. He'd fallen into exactly the trap he tried to keep me out of. Legislation is complicated and it took a while for it all to get through, but you'll see the effects of these changes this year if Paul gets elected. Paul shot me a brief thumbs up, but then Ian countered.
really?
And Jeff can't make good on that legislation. Why? Both Paul and I froze. I glanced at him. Hey, thanks, Austin. PBG. I glanced at him. I didn't even know whether it was possible for Jeff to do such a thing, but judging by the look on Paul's face, it was. Well, only I know the changes I meant to put into place, so a few could fall through the cracks. And if you aren't elected, you of course won't tell Jeff what your plans were, because you were rivals, and you don't actually want the best for the school. Okay, Maya? Hot damn. Ian was a lean, mean, rhetoric-spouting machine. Seeing our struck faces, John grabbed the microphone. Sorry, buddy, but you've been hogging the line. We'll have to take the next caller. For the next hour, the majority of the calls were full of inane questions. Little things like, Paul's favorite color, or the funniest thing that ever happened to continue in public. The answers were interesting, and judging from the laughter they inspired, I felt like the interview could still be a net win for us, a way to show the world Paul's true personality firsthand. Oh, which question was it? Despite all of his seriousness and intense passion, he was a fun and mischievous guy, and rather lighthearted when it didn't involve the campaign. The more the student body saw that side of him, the more successful we would be. I truly thought that. At least, until the last question came. And we're about to wrap up, but we have just enough time for one last question.
What's up?
So, caller 68, you're on the line. Yes, hi. I would like to know, is it true that Hannah and Paul are dating?
What?
What? I burst out immediately, then clamped a hand over my mouth, but it was too late. Mimi was cackling on the other end of the line. Miss Mizuno and I are just friends. We have a purely platonic relationship. Isn't that right, Hana? I looked at Paul, color filling my cheeks. Yes, there are no romantic feelings. Well, I mean, we're not dating, so... My mumbles faded into the background as my ears began to hum, anxiety taking over. No, not that Paul isn't great. He really isn't. Any girl would be glad. Somebody please shut me up. I looked in horror from John to PBG, and PBG dove in, seeming somewhat disturbed himself. And we're out of time. Thank you so much, everybody, for such a great show. Bye-bye. He shut off the recording and took us off the air, then crossed over to me.
Hana.
I love Mimi, okay? I love Mimi. That's because the truth is, he doesn't, Maya. Hana, are you okay? I buried my face in my hands, not wanting to look anybody in the face, and definitely not Paul. I messed up. I messed up really badly. Bye-bye. It wasn't that bad, don't worry. Nobody should have asked such a personal question like that. It's not your fault for not being able to handle it. PBG trailed off, and a rustling came from next to me. Paul gathered his papers and stood, face blank as the calm lake. Thank you so much for having us on. He extended his hand to John, oddly professional, and John shook it half-heartedly.
Later.
Got it, Maya. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It was irrational, but I watched him leave with a pang striking my heart. I messed up, not him. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. I told him from the very, very beginning that I wasn't cut out for this. Even with all his stupid practice and his stupid belief in me, I still screwed everything up. I'm such a failure.
No.
No, you're not. PBG patted me hesitantly on the back. John raised an eyebrow. You could have answered it better. John! What? I'm just telling the truth. I'm not attacking the poor girl. So, you got the hots for Paul then? PBG stopped patting me. My face colored yet again. I could feel it happening, and it was a dead giveaway, even if I said nothing to confirm it. Mimi's the kind of person you superglue to a pillow. Why? So that when you push her down the stairs, it doesn't hurt her too bad? John nodded, throwing a rubber ball into the air and catching it. He's a tough nut to crack. Even tougher to read. You got your work cut out for you, girl. Was it obvious? Maybe not to him. He's a master at telling himself one thing and never looking at the alternatives. Not if they complicate matters. That's why Nick and Josh are so good for him. They're a perfect team together. Don't push him, that's my advice. He's not one to rush things. Not personal things, anyways. If he comes around, and it'll be of his own accord. I nodded. It was weird getting romantic advice, solid advice from John, but I was grateful in any case. PBG frowned next to him, not seeming interested in the topic. I was too embarrassed to stay. Ma'am, thank you. I will pass the message to Danny. Or you can tweet her that. Thank you for saving me, PBG. Both times. PBG heaved a heavy sigh. My mom'd get mad at me if I did anything less. Maine, thank you for following and enjoy your apprenticeship. Yo, real talker, Zeus. What a gentleman. PBG smiled sadly. Head on back now. It's still fairly light out, but it won't be for much longer.
See you later.
Good luck. I nodded.
Bye.
Thanks, John. I mean it. I love that. I love that that happened. I love that so many people played PBG's route first, and I love that that it just ruined the experience for so many people. I love it. Also, quick story about Austin. I based his Asagao portrayal on the fact that he's a super protective. Well, he's just the nicest person, okay? He just is if there's a thing that he can do for you, he will do the thing for you. And he will do it immediately, and he will, he is just, Like, he's the type of person who, when you go over to visit his house, he's always like, do you have a drink? Do you need food? Are you hungry? I can get you some, do you need me to get you some? I'll get you something. And is really nice about it. But also, I thought it was really funny. We've been playing D&D, and my character is like a forest gnome who's like 120, but she's like really tiny. And Austin's character is like this like really tall, like, I'm a grizzled human ranger and I don't like people. Or that was supposed to be his character, but like immediately what happened was as soon as his character saw my character tried to take his beer from him because my character thought his character was too drunk. And then his character became fond of me and followed me around for the rest of the adventure trying to protect me. And I was like, this is the most Austin thing I've ever seen in my life. And it was very cute. Austin and Danny are very good hosts. Very good. Grizeus, no, I haven't like publicly said anything because I don't want to get involved in like that kind of nonsense. Obviously, I vehemently disagree with his opinions on a lot of things. So I don't feel like I need to elaborate further than that. Than that I disagree and I do not like that.
What the hell?
What the hell is that? Who is here so early in the morning? My grumpy from a late night on the volleyball court threw a pillow at the door with a hiss. Don't you have any manners? My, don't yell. Hi, Glacier. Thanks for popping in. I'll stop yelling when that idiot stops knocking. I hastily rose and flicked on the light, leading to a sputter of terrible curses from Mai. Aw. Well, I'm glad to have you, Gravity Piglet. That's also a really cute username, I just want to say. Who's there?
Hana.
Hana, can I talk to you? It was Paul!
Perfection.
Well, I thank you, Double A. I'm not sure, but I think that might have pushed you over to the next bit badge. I'm not sure, but good luck. I glanced quickly in the mirror, trying to pat down my bedhead, then suddenly became conscious of the fact that I was in my pajamas. Braless. Can you wait? I will murder you. Never mind! With a sigh, I pulled open the door and stepped out into the hallway.
Hey.
Hana! Hey, sorry I came so early, but I wanted to talk to you about something. I crossed my arms over my chest and nodded, distinctly not looking forward to whatever this conversation was going to bring. It was just bothering me all night, so I came over here first thing. I know I might have seemed a little angry after the interview yesterday. Images from the night before came flooding back to me. My head in my hands, Paul's stony face, PPG's sad smile, and John's raised eyebrow. Invite Mai to the full barbecues! Oh. Yeah, and I didn't want you to feel bad. I nodded slowly, not believing him for an instant. Squid, what have you done that's making everybody explode? Okay, I see, I get it. I get it. My wild speculation is that his room is actually in the girl's dorm. I nodded slowly, not believing him for an instant. Well, I believe that he didn't want me to feel bad, but there was no way, after the time and energy spent preparing me for that interview, that he wasn't still upset about it. And then there was that ending. Did he know how I felt about him? Is that why he was doing this, because he didn't want me angsting over the boy I was in love with? I swallowed hard. Pathetic.
Well...
Actually, I was hoping that you might want to go somewhere with me tonight. to make up for it? I know I put a lot of pressure on you and everything. My head snapped up. Paul was grinning at me. I figured we could take a stroll around the mall, maybe grab a bite to eat or something.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
It's the least I can do, you know? Well, sure, I'd love to go.
Oh, sick!
Great! I'll come get you later today then. Oh, and no meeting today. I think we deserve a bit of a day off. He snapped at me and finger-gunned. I nodded, completely at a loss for what was happening.
Alright, see ya.
Right, so see you tonight. Have a great day in class, Hana. Oh, sick! With a less charming smile, he set off down the hall. Zzz. I whirled around. Standing behind me, evidently having heard some portion of the conversation, was Kakusu. This is interesting. Is it? What happened between me and Paul was really none of her business, and I glared at her to prove it. Kakusu slowly nodded, eyes faintly glowing. You seem to have a much higher allocation of luck than other humans in this area. Allocation of luck? One must wonder whether your hair gives you luck or whether your luck caused your hair. I darted a hand up to my head, then wrapped it around my doorknob. I've got to go get ready for class. Kakusu nodded slowly, then smiled. Good morning. I blinked. She looked at me expectantly. Good morning? You're up early. I hope you do well in class today. Kakusu skipped down the hallway as if completely unaware of the stiff conversation we just had. I shook my head. Too much was happening too early in the morning. Oh, sick! That's how I should. Oh man, that's how I want to respond to all potential dates and potential friendships. Oh, sick! I love Kakusu. She wrapped her hand around the doorknob. With a sigh, I headed back into my room, ready to face the onslaught of questions from the definitely eavesdropping Mai inside. As we waited in the lunch line for our food, Mai buzzed with anticipation for my impending date. I'll do your makeup and your hair! We'll totally knock his socks off. He won't know what hit him. Serves him right for taking so long to acknowledge your greatness. Kakusu is in several routes. Yeah, I think she has like a little portion in most routes, but none of the routes really revolve around her. You like the idea of Rapunzeling it? I bit my lip. Mai's level of excitement was matched only by my dread. I wanted the date to go well, I really did, but I was terrified of screwing something up. She's in Shane's, she's in John's, she's in Satch's, she's in... I think she has a very minor role in Jared's. After all, I thought the Flower Festival was supposed to be my first ever date, and that went in a completely different direction than from what I anticipated. Good night, mermaid! Sleep well. This was my first real date, and I did not intend to mess it up. But somehow I was sure I would. Kakusu is a Kickstarter character. She's one of the backer characters. She and Creeps Through Pasta are the backer characters.
Hey, what's up?
Are you listening? Jean jacket or sweater? I'm asking you for your opinion on your outfit. Jacket? I nodded.
Perfection.
Great choice. I can definitely work with that. You look great in blue. With the last of the treacle on our plates, we started across the cafeteria. Then something caught my eye. Jeff and Ian were sitting at the hidden block table, heads together. They were definitely plotting something again, and after the interrogation Ian gave us last night, I was not in the mood to sit and watch it happen. Then again, I didn't want to cause a scene. What should I do? What do you think? Should we interrupt him or leave him alone? Yeah. Leave, leave, leave. Interrupt. Leave. Interrupt. Leave. Interrupt. Okay, okay, this looks actually really close. So we're gonna get a straw poll up. Bum, 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 bum. Leave cheekbones alone. Bum, 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 bum. Your vote is for sale? I just paired them together because I think that they're adorable. Oh, I'm sorry, Tomboy Mermaid. Remember she was talking about the cats she named Hana and Mai? She just sent them to me on Twitter. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the kitty. Look at the kitty. That one's Hana. And that one's Mai. That's adorable. I'm gonna retweet it. It's attack. Okay, let's see. 18 votes for leave and 12 votes for attack. I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds just to make sure everybody does get their vote in. I'm glad everybody loves cats. Man, I want a cat. I was just talking to Connor about how expensive pets were. And I think a cat is a bit further out for me. But someday I will get a cat. A kitten. For the vote! Alright. Oh, actually, now it's gotten a lot closer. Attack is at 15 and leave is at 18. I am going to give 1 more minute from the time that I post this poll. So there, from the time that my watch starts the boom, there you go, you get 1 minute. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Mayin. Yeah, you can have bad experiences with things that can kind of ruin it for you. Huzzah! More experience with dogs. My family had both dogs and cats when we were growing up, so I think I have an equal amount of experience with both, and I do very much love them both. I just also know that with my lifestyle, I wouldn't be able to do justice to a dog. Like, I wouldn't be able to take it out to play, and I wouldn't be able to walk it. And I would be like gone working most of the day, and then I would come home and then leave and go work more. So it's like, I can't have a doggo. Yeah, sure. Send me cat pictures. One more vote for a tie. Why are you guys doing this to me? There it goes. Haha! Suck it. It's not at a tie. The vote of the passive wins. Let us leave. I shook my head. Things were finally starting to go better with Paul and me. I wasn't about to put that and the campaign in jeopardy just because I was mad. With all the self-control I could muster, I followed Mai to the Norm Boots table and a smiling Paul. Hi! Mai! Oh my god, every time, Mai! I made a mistake. Picking this. Hello, Zek. Oh my gosh, it's him! It's totally him! It's Zek! You look great. You look absolutely gorgeous. Don't worry too much about yourself. Just have fun, okay? Paul's knock came at the door again, and there was nothing for it. I was going on a date. I hesitantly pulled open the door, for some reason afraid of what I would find, but there was Paul, a smile on his face and a buzzingly nervous energy about him.
Hey.
There you are. You about ready to go? I nodded, then slipped out the door, trying very hard not to open it too much. Unfortunately, I didn't succeed. What's Mai so excited about in there? I shut the door quickly. Oh, you know, Jared? He laughed. Yeah, she's had a crush on him forever, hasn't she? How'd that even get started? Also, Chuporola, thank you for following. Enjoy your apprenticeship.
I Don't
I don't know. I never asked. Your sweater boyfriend? Aw. Aw, Ipica. Oh my god, that's you guys just had the cutest exchange, and oh my god, what the heck? You guys are cute. Actually, Karina, that is exactly the reason she's wearing her jean outfit. It is extremely similar to Paul's. Like, they might almost have the same shirt, so. Once again, a short pang hit me, and I made a mental note to talk more to Mai about her life, not just my own. I wasn't as self-centered as all that, was I? Paul led me out to campus, then headed off in the direction of Higanbana. You remember your friend saying Paul looked really good in the non-unit? I mean... Danny picked his outfit well. So Higanbana's got a mall out here, just a small one, but it's where the video game tournament is held and where most Asagao students hang out. You'd think, considering the money Asagao... Okay, it's really frustrating me that I put an old version of the script into the stream instead of a new version. I'm very frustrated with past me. I'm just... okay. Well, I didn't mean to scare you, Ithaca. I just thought it was cute. You'd think, considering the money Asagao brings in, that Higanbana would have grown by now, but nope. Still a small little mountain town. Stubborn as the mountain, for sure. I nodded shyly. Paul was as talkative and friendly as ever, casually pointing out unique features of the local area, or giving me small tidbits about the time Nick smacked a mime, and Josh garnered the ire of several Russian gangsters. You sure do seem to keep busy, all of you. Paul shrugged.
I know, right?
Maybe it's the mixture of our personalities, but trouble seems to find us. I swear we don't go out of our way or anything. That would be crazy. After being around them for several weeks, I found myself wanting to argue, but bit my tongue. Danny's so good at the fashion. Danny's so good at a lot of things. As we entered the mall, I side-eyed Paul, who was glancing around curiously. This was a date, right? There was no way I was going to ask, though. If he said no, it would make everything a million times more awkward. But girls and boys going out alone together was definitely a date, right? Disregarding all the friends who did that kind of thing, that was... This time Nick and Josh weren't around, so...
Hey.
There's a really good pretzel place nearby. Want to go get something? We should go to Shoe Mart. What about Mega Clothes, man? I don't know. Or we could go to Supafun.
Yeah.
Sure. He led me around the corner from the main entrance where a small pretzel shop touted prized cheese dip and extra salt. Hey! So, don't tell anybody, but you know that Jimmy from Hidden Block? Hey, Snort. I nodded. He swears up and down that he isn't related to the founder of this pretzel shop, but my family actually knows the CEO, and that's so false. I guess they just wanted him to grow up as a normal kid. It'd be kind of destructive for him to know he's the heir of the pretzel empire. Wouldn't pursue his own interests and all that. Super salty pretzels! Super salty pretzels! Hee hee hee! Oh, speaking of Hidden Block. Yeah, the background artist is amazing. We reached the front of the line and Paul leaned towards me. What are you getting? Yaks and memes, thank you for following and enjoy your apprenticeship. His closeness was intimidating. He smelled like shaving cream and tangerines. Probably a good combination, I'm not entirely sure. Just a regular pretzel.
Yay!
No extra salt. You think Shane's next step beyond getting me to play his route is to buy me... What is this? Oh, it's a Shane body... I mean, not that it's like, it's not bad. It's just as weird because Shane's my friend. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want it. If he buys me that, I will be like so freaked out. There's also a giraffe. If you, I will, like the only thing that I would use that for is I would get a giant body pillow, put the, put the pillow inside the pillowcase, and I would put it like in a corner of my apartment, facing the doorway, so that if anybody tries to break in while I'm sleeping, the first thing they see is body pillow Shane. And then they'll like open the door and they'll be like, not worth it. And they'll close it and go back home. Oh man. Hello, Kita loves him. Just a regular pretzel. No extra salt. He nodded. 2 of those then.
Yeah!
Squid has donated $5 and says $5 for Shane body pillow route. Squid, throwing anarchy over the stream will not work again. Hey, Saint. Dangle it from the ceiling facing the door. Like, wrap the pillow in rope and be like, oh yes, this is my body pillow dungeon. Well, welcome back, Kita. I could have it so that if Shane ever stays with me, he can sleep. If he got me a body pillow, I would literally bring it to Portland Retro Gaming Expo and find a way to shove it in his room while he wasn't looking. Like, I would put it on his bed. Or in his bed. I pulled out. You guys don't think I would do it, but I would do it. Like, I would do it and people would help me do it. Oh, hey, Nocturne's mom. Long time no see. I pulled out my wallet, but Paul had already paid the cashier. Embarrassed, I mumbled my thanks. Man, I can bully Shane other ways without buying a body pillow. What was that you were saying? Oh, hidden block. Well, I was just thinking about Jeff's plan for the election. Hip, hip! Shane screeched. Paul. Oh, god dang it. Paul screeched at me, holding his hands out like a cymbal-crashing monkey. We are not allowed to talk about the election today. Do you understand me? We've done enough preparation for the past couple of days. We deserve a break, especially after yesterday. The cashier handed Paul our pretzels with a side of cheese, and he led me over to a dining area opposite the booth. I was trying very hard not to smile like a giggly little girl, but I was not succeeding. If we weren't allowed to talk about the election, then this definitely was a date. Paul glanced across the hall, watching people stare into windows and children tug on their mother's arms. So, Hana, what do you think is more important? Honesty or integrity? I almost choked on my pretzel. Paul slammed me on the back with his hand and I took a large swig of my bottled water. Where is this coming from? I'm trying to get to know you better. Well? Whose idea? Okay. Was this his idea of small talk? There was nothing small about this. Ooh, summer peach for sure.
Well,
what exactly do you mean by honesty and integrity? Some people would say they're similar. Honesty is telling the truth even when it's hard, and integrity is, I guess it's sticking to what's important to you even when it might screw everything up? One integrity. We have a one integrity, going hard, going fast. We have one integrity, two integrities from the ken of red lions in the audience. One honesty, two honesty, three honesties down in the other corner. I'm sorry, I'm not good at that. 4 honesties, 3 integrities, 5 honesties, 6 honesties, 7 honesties, 8 integrities, 9 honesties, another integrity. Honesty, okay. Is it like a 2/3 for honesty? Integrity, okay, but we're straw pulling it. We're straw pulling it, guys. Are these okay, this is my question. Are these your opinions that honesty or integrity is more important? Or are these what you think is best for the route? Your opinion? Interesting. I can never choose between those two. Because they're so closely linked. It is a hard one, but they are very subtly different. Like, if keeping to your integrity meant that you had to lie about something, would you still do it? Or if being honest about something meant violating one of your values, would you still do it?
Yeah!
Ah! Zach Frost has donated $10 and says, "Hey, have you been drinking?" That's my question. Hello. Thank you very much, Zach. $10 to the Shane route. I wasn't expecting the my voice because mine's not on screen. Honesty is your integrity? Ooh, squid. That's a good sentence. Integrity is about, well, it's technically about having a strong moral compass. It's about sticking to your values. So, like, that's the thing. You can't say, because strong moral compass, to some people that might mean a specific set of morals, and to other people, like, what a moral compass is differs. So I would define integrity as sticking to your moral compass or your beliefs, whatever they are. Good night, Nocturne. Honesty has won 18-7. We got some very honest people here, not some very integrative. Well, because here's the thing, like, I think that, like, I don't want to hurt people, but I would much rather be honest to people about something hurtful than to lie to them because it's not hurtful. But then at the same time, the reason for that is partially because it's part of my integrity, that, like, it's part of my values that I be honest. So really, I guess integrity is more important because I should just have a conversation with Todd about this on the podcast. Which, by the way, the new episode came out yesterday because we forgot to put it out on Tuesday, but it's out now. It's about a fallacy. Sunken cost fallacy. Got it. Nailed it. Everybody said honesty. Let's all be honest. Well, yeah, I would say that they had integrity. If they like, first of all, I wouldn't believe that they really thought it was best for society, but if they really, truly believed it was best for society and there was some way you could measure that objectively, then yeah, I would say they were being integral. Had integrity. That makes sense. But then how does honesty work? What? Can you lie without speaking? No. Wait, yes? Wait, this is a thought that I had once and I asked Todd and, like, it made him mad. Can you lie without speaking? We had, like, a long argument. Oh, thank you, Negapole. About whether you can lie without speaking. I think you can lie without speaking. And if that's the case, then everybody lies all the time. See? Chant says, absolutely. Hello, sign language. Oh, well, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Everybody's saying yeah. I've had a lot of people say no, though. Like, most of the people that I asked said no. But, oh, wow, almost everybody here says yeah. See, is lying by omission a lie? Well, no, it's probably a lie, right? Not telling all the truth could be a lie? Yes and no. I guess it depends on whether you want to be a Vulcan embracing technicality. All right. Because body language is absolutely a method of like a valid method of communication. Yeah. See, that's how I felt, but I definitely, I don't remember whether it was Todd or somebody else, but they were arguing that lies, by necessity, have to contain, like, have to have words directly contradicting something that is true, and if it's body language, because, like, you can't always control your body language, so you could technically be lying about things all the time just because you have different body language responses than other people. And so we got into that was probably Todd. We got into this discussion about it, and I was like, I don't know whether up is up anymore. Yeah, lobster. Why are you asking me these questions? I feel like I'm in training all over again. Paul sighed. Sorry. But then does the intention because if you don't control your own body language, is it the intention that makes it a lie? Because people lie all the time unintentionally because denial is a thing. And also, like, people lie all the time unintentionally just, like, out of hat. Like, come on, it's a... Strategy is always, after all, Hey, pony. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Man, I suck at this. No, it's not that bad. To be honest, he really did suck. What kind of first date had such a hostile atmosphere? I popped the last bit of my cheesy pretzel into my mouth as Paul scanned them all again. Is the es une no cigar or something? Like, this is not a cigar? Those things? You feel like lying needs intention behind it? I don't think so. I don't know why that came out sorry. That came out super sassy. I did not mean for it to come out super sassy. I was just thinking about it and I was like, thinking of a specific situation. And I was like, I don't think so. That person lied to me with no intention. I've got an idea. Come on. He headed off a bit down the way, stopping at some kind of a booth with a curtain. First date should always be hostile. First date should be gladiatorial combat or valetudo? I don't know what that is. Furikura? A photo booth. Come on, get in. I slipped inside the booth and after a few seconds, Paul joined me. It was quite small inside and we scrunched together just to fit. The machine slowly kicked up, choices flickering across the screen. Single, couple, group. I leaned forward and clicked the couple option, a small ripple of pleasure creeping across my shoulders. Brazilian martial arts to the death? I mean, yeah, sure, I'll go on first dates like that. That guy's gonna die. All of my dates will die. Everything has an intention? Again, firmly disagree. Get ready for your photos. 3, 2... What? Crap, I'm not even in the frame. Come here. Paul wrapped an arm around my shoulder and pulled me closer towards him. I looked up at him in shock and... Click! Make a face! Right! I scrunched my hands up against my cheeks and puffed them out while Paul buried his face behind my head. Click! Aha! Look at your face! My face? You could totally see up your nose in that one. The photos came out wonderfully, and Paul split them in half and gave one to me. Here, something to remember your wonderful president by. He winked. Remember? You're not going anywhere. Yes, but Kita, definitions are made, what is it? Art imitates life, not life imitates art. I know what the second part of the phrase is, but like that's what definitions are made to describe occurrences that happen in life, like love, and that's why when love has a definition, some people can disregard it. Remember? You're not going anywhere. You never know. I'll flee in disgrace when I fail the election. We're not allowed to talk about that, remember? Good, I'm glad you got it. Oh man, what's the point of setting the rules if I can't even break them? In the end, we had a great time. Paul stopped asking me those weird questions and instead we window shopped. Frequently, I went into a store and Paul vanished from my side. I'd search all over for him just to find him hiding behind a coat rack or the like. I wasn't sure why he was doing it like that, but if that was his way of flirting, I wasn't going to complain. I was happy just to spend time with him. By the time we made it back to Asagao, it was well beyond curfew. Paul and I were forced to dart from building side to lamppost to avoid detection, giggling all the while. Go, go, go! We sprinted up the way to Primrose House and I flung the door open. To my surprise, Paul followed me in. Hey, Coda! Long time no see! I turned to shoot him a questioning glance and he grinned. What kind of man would I be if I didn't walk you all the way home? Panic struck me. I nodded and led the way up the staircase to the 3rd floor. He wasn't going to kiss me when he dropped me off, was he? I'd never kissed anybody before. I didn't know what to do, and I definitely couldn't do it out in the hallway where anybody and their pet dog could walk by and ogle. Suddenly terrified, the conversation— By all means, come on in. Lily! Lily! Suddenly terrified, the conversation stopped, and we walked down the hall to my door in an odd silence. When we reached it, I turned to face him, blushing furiously. He smiled down at me. Kiss, kiss, Paul in love! Oh my god! Saint! I'm clapping really hard for you. That was really good. I mean, jocks. Thanks for the fun time, Hana. No, thank you! And thanks for the pretzels. They were really warm. Paul nodded.
Alright, see ya.
Then I'll see you tomorrow at our next meeting. He turned and started off down the hall, but I balked. That's it? Paul stopped in his tracks. What's it? You're not going to kiss me? Absolutely dying now, I could only stare at the ground. When did I become so forward? When did I become so brave? Kiss you? Why would I do that? Oh god! I froze. I wanted to die or transform into a rodent and crawl under the crack that separated me from the sanctuary of my dorm room. But Paul was staring at me and I had to answer. Oh! Because this was a date? His eyes widened. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, this wasn't— I could see why— Oh no. This is like making me feel very uncomfortable and I know oh god. Tears pricked my eyes and I blinked rapidly. No, Hana, Guys, I am also cringing. He glanced around, then approached me again and lowered his voice. I wasn't trying to date you. I was just trying to get some of your mojo.
What?
You were trying to get my mojo? Paul nodded solemnly. The interview last night, I thought it was a complete, utter disaster. I was furious. But when I went back to the dorms, I was stopped by people who complimented me on it. They felt like they got to know me more than before, and your stuttering answer to the last question made them feel for us. For the campaign as a whole. I'm sorry, it would be more appropriate if I went, See, you've just got this thing about you, and something that attracts attention. And you're all warm and comfy and real all the time, you know? I'm not good at that. Not just yet. So I was hoping to get it from you. God, I forgot how many problems I had with Paul when man, God. I struggled hard not to shove him away from me. Here I thought he was genuinely interested in who I was, but instead he just wanted something from me. He was trying to get something from me. I buried my face in my hands and Paul awkwardly patted me on the shoulder. I'm sorry about that. I stepped to the right and his hand fell away. No, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Good night then.
Hana.
Hana! I stepped into my room and slammed the door in his face, slumping down against it. Mai, who had bounded up to me happily, now flew to my side.
Hana.
What happened? Do you want to talk about it? I shook my head. After a few seconds of silence, I heard quiet footsteps outside of our door. Paul finally left. Mai, I hate boys. Mai sighed, then joined me sitting against the door. You and me both, sister. I spent the next few days desperately avoiding Paul and the rest of Continue. Nobody asked me any questions. Either Mai told them ahead of time what was up, or Paul did. Either way, it made me even less eager to show my face back at the table. Instead, I focused on catching up on my schoolwork and tournament practice, two things that had fallen completely by the wayside in favor of helping Paul with his campaign. Both were just 3 weeks away, and I was getting increasingly nervous. Would I be able to win the tournament in my current state? Would Paul be able to beat Jeff and win the election? Every time Paul crossed my mind, I got cross with myself. Why did I still care about some guy who was clearly just using me for his own benefit? Why was I okay with something like that? Why wasn't I angrier at him? Why did I still care about the things that made him happy? And even more than that, why were new campaign strategies still popping into my head at the most inopportune times? Why did I miss meeting with them and debating strategy? Why did I almost feel like I wanted to go back? I was taking lunch by myself nowadays, not having the heart to ask Mai to separate from Jared and join me. In a way, it was nice. Peaceful, meditative, without the chaos and the feeling that people were always watching me. I told myself that I was just getting in touch with nature, with my inner hippie. I mean, but what is he supposed to do? Like, what was his other option? To actually kiss her and then later be like, just kidding? I mean, like, okay, well, it's very bad to be like, I want to take a thing from you. That's a bad thing. But I do defend him in, like, the case of you go hang out and then the other person thinks it's a date. There's not very many things that you can do aside from being like, either A, no, this isn't a date, sorry, or B, sure, I'll pretend that this was a date and then in 5 minutes I'm gonna text you saying, thanks for the date, but I don't want to date you anymore. He was honest. Hey! Hey! You guys voted for honesty, didn't you? Well, I don't think he realized either. I don't know if he realized. Well, yeah, the mojo business is where he really made the flaw. I agree, Chan. That miscommunication, yeah. I know that that's happened. Like, because some people don't have the confidence. Like, I've seen people who don't have the confidence to text and ask, is this a date? And then... Like, that's why people are always like, I'm gonna bring a friend with me on this thing that could be a date so that the other person knows that it's a not date. But I think that that's even worse. Because then you're just like, horrendously disappointed in front of strangers. Like, and your crush. Cool. Our strategy points? 25. It's a lot higher than I thought it would be. I leaned my head against the rough bark of the tree behind me and closed my eyes. Shizuka wouldn't miss me. Hey, Black Magic. You don't know that. Remember, no spoilers for people who haven't played this rap before. Shizuka wouldn't miss me if I took a little nap, right? Yeah, it is easy to forget that they're high schoolers. Oh man, high school. Glad I'm not there anymore. Ah! I mean, I feel like ambulances would be a lot of gas. Something had fallen from the uppermost tree branch, landing before me with ninja-like agility. I know, Reavers. I've definitely been in situations where I learned after the fact that the person was trying to woo me. Not necessarily that it was a date, but it was like the kind of thing where I was like, we're hanging out, and the other person's like, I'm gonna show her exactly how great I would be on a date by treating this hangout like it's a date. And it's always like a... You could also kind of argue that Hana was trying to get something from Paul too. His love. I threw my hands up over my hair to protect it, only to hear a rather familiar laugh.
Hey.
Why do you always do that when you're surprised? It's not like I'm gonna give you a concussion or anything. I lowered my hands and frowned. Why on earth? Well, Hana. Nick scratched the back of his neck, searching for words. You've been gone from the club for a while, and I kind of... Well, I miss... I needed some help with my homework, and I wanted to ask you. I stared at him. I'm not even in your grade. Right, but... You're a scholarship student. You clearly know better than the rest of these Asagao peons. Uh-huh. Nick grabbed my hands and held them against his chest in a way that was all too familiar to me. Please, Hana, I need your help. Only you know how to deal with me. Everyone else just gets frustrated and gives up. Fine, I'll do it, okay?
Yeah!
Dates are usually terrible, Negapol. That's the thing. That's what they don't tell you. Like, dates are awful, and then if a date is not awful, it means that you should continue dating that person, and that is why most dates are awful. Yes! Because if they were good, you'd be dating the person. Nick screamed and punched the air.
Goodbye!
I'll see you in the library after class, okay? Don't bother changing your mind. But it was too late. He was off, sprinting across the field and out of earshot. I couldn't change my mind without hunting him down. The library it is, then. I write romance for a living, but man am I jaded about romance. Let's be real. Real Cara has had some not great romantic experiences. Yeah, official dates are very awkward, IMO. It takes, like, being with someone for a longer period of time to make them less awkward. After class, I found Nick just out inside the library, standing with a papier-mâché flower in his palm. Hi, ready to get studying? What? You wouldn't have guessed gym notes. What? Crazy. Oh, well, hey, Daniel. Hi. Yes, definitely. As we searched for a small table we could have to ourselves, Nick fidgeted nervously, twirling the flower in his hands. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ipica. We finally settled on a small table in the back corner of the library, secluded and quiet. I took out my books, completely unsure of what to do or where to start. We were studying the legend of the Two Kingdoms, in which an ancient kingdom was split into mirror worlds and a hero had to unite them, or something. The fourth years, on the other hand, were running some kind of weird democracy simulator. That's awesome, Ren. But isn't that how usually it happens for a lot of people? Especially people who get married young. Like, that's how, in my experience, all my friends who got married younger, like 20 to 22, 18 to 22, they were all the kind of thing where it was like, we're friends! Now we're dating! So, you said you were having trouble with the judicial branch of government, right? I peered at my books, looking for anything to help me, when something slid into my field of vision. It was the flower. Nick slid the paper flower in between the pages of my book. That's actually really cute! I took it and glanced at him. Thank you? No problem. It's because... He flushed. It's because you're as beautiful as a flower. A lot of people here are good people, I think. Yeah, man, you guys think it's weird that your high school friends are posting about getting married? Just wait till they're all having kids. I nodded slowly, setting the flower gently to the side. Anyways. Across the world, democracies can be split into different branches of government, one of which is judicial. In America, people... Nick was smiling at me and nodding, slight giggles escaping him every now and then. So, the different branches are necessary because a system of checks and balances is supposed to handle who has the power so no one person or group gets too much of it. A dreamy sigh fled from Nick's lips. I pursed my own. Are you paying attention? Right, absolutely. Nick nodded happily. He seemed content just to sit there and look at me, and it made me really uncomfortable. Anyways, I don't think I can help you much more than that. I don't understand this all that well. We're still on basic myths and mythology. Nick sat up in alarm. I need help with my math. I shook my head quickly, stuffing my books into my bag. I'm terrible at math and geography and, all other subjects, so... Wait! Nick grabbed onto my jacket sleeve just as I was about to leave. Wary, I turned to face him. Also, I'm Link, but call me Daniel. Hey, thank you for following, and enjoy your apprenticeship to the fold. So, I wanted to ask you... I winced, really, really not wanting to hear his question. Are you and Paul really dating? I blinked rapidly.
What?
They're in high school in this game. What? Well, I heard the interview and there are all these rumors floating around, so when I ask Paul, he just chuckles and shakes his head, and since he isn't giving me any information, I decided to come to you. He hasn't said anything about it? About what? Then you are dating him?
No!
No, I'm not dating him. We're purely platonic. I cursed my stupid stutter, always butting in when least necessary, but Nick nodded with childish glee.
Oh, good.
Good! I'm glad to hear it. Good. Alright, cool. You... are? Yeah. I mean, I didn't want romance to complicate the lovely friendship quadrangle we've got going on. I think you mean rectangle. See? I could use your help. Sorry, I forgot that I have a very important game to be playing. I tugged my sleeve out of his grasp and he stumbled out of his chair. Hana, wait! Mr. Murphy, I do think you know the most basic rule of any library in existence. Right. Sorry, ma'am. I spit out of the library, a smile tickling my lips. If Paul hadn't told anybody, that meant my humiliation was only known to me and him. All the fears I had, all the reasons to avoid the group, faded into the background. As horrible as it would be to face Paul again, I was ready to do it. It was time to get back into the game. The next day I stood again in the lunch line with Mai, gathering a motley assortment of fruits and vegetables on my plate. Of course there's a librarian. Satch works at the library, you know? It's not going to be weird, is it? I mean, I told them you were having lady problems, which is true in a way, so I doubt they're gonna go asking you tons of questions. You know how guys get all squeamish about that kind of thing. I nodded. Despite the fact that Paul hadn't told anybody, I was still terrified about facing the club. No, if I was honest with... Zen, you seem like you're a great parent. If I was honest with myself, it was with facing Paul. He knew exactly why I avoided him for almost a full week. The election was drawing near and near, and as the pressure ramped up, I vanished. Vanished. A long time ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. What a responsible campaign manager. If he didn't already hate me for trying to force a kiss out of him, he hated me for being irresponsible. Still, part of me was a little bit mad at him for trying to use me the way he had. I latched onto that thin thread of anger, using it to power my shaking legs towards the normal boots table.
Hana!
Hana, you're back! I was getting really worried about you. Are you feeling better? If you needed help, you could have called on me. I would have gotten whatever you needed in a heartbeat. I laughed nervously. Gerard's kindness put me at ease, but the fact that he brought up my absence first thing made me uncomfortable. Thankfully, as I glanced around the table, I realized Paul, Nick, and Josh were nowhere to be found. Was there a meeting I didn't know about? All the better, then. Avatar, it basically is the best written kids show I've ever seen, so. Thanks, Gerard. How's the search for Princess Pumpernickel? Not good. Not good at all.
All right.
Man, Gerard's route is nothing but sugar. But it's just a matter of time before I find her. She can't hide from me forever. Gerard beamed at me and his optimism was infectious. My guard fell and I slipped back to the steady, confusing conversation that generally floated around the Norm Boots table. Aw. Thank you, Lobster. I really appreciate that. Hello, Kate! You missed the cringe scene. Good job. If I just had enough time, I'm sure I could make a huge breakthrough, but the librarian is really getting on my case. And now Mr. Saitoma's withholding the permission to use the theater stage, which I got from him ages ago. None of my actors can take time off from class to prepare, which I get, but at this rate it's gonna be a disaster. That's awesome, Tian. I'm so glad to hear it. I slurped my noodles, eyebrows raised. Ooh, ramen. Nope. I wasn't the only one with problems, it seemed. The rest of the boys were too caught up in their own situations to have spared much of a thought for my well-being. All except Gerard and... Things going well for you? It was an innocent question, but the quirk of his brow made me feel he was getting at something else. I am trying to put it behind me, I think. Paul Beanie is right here. It's been really hot in my apartment the past couple of days, so I haven't been wearing it, just for that reason. Oh, really? I mean... Oh, really? I glared at him and he smiled. Well, not that it makes me happy, but you know, I was kind of wondering whether at some point we could...
Hana!
Oh no, I forgot the no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, PBG, I just want you to be happy, my precious baby. No. Okay, I'm sorry. Matcha Bravado, thank you for hosting. Welcome back. Oh god, poor PBG. I'm just, oh god. Hana. Hands grabbed my shoulders and I jumped, flinging them off of me. Oh god, Hana. No, PBG. Oh.
Whoa!
Whoa, intense.
Hey.
Hey, PBG, soccer going good? Yeah. Anyway, Hana, I was hoping I could talk to you privately about something. Horror shot through my stomach and I bowed my head. There was nothing I could do. I had to accept my fate. Sorry, PBG. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Ah! Ah! I'm pretty sure that that facial sprite for PBG is actually named Puppy. I got up and followed Paul from the cafeteria, feeling eyes watching us all the way out the door. I just want PBG to be happy now! Sorry. In the fresh air, I let out a heavy sigh. Thank God. I hate it when people stare. Whose emote is this? Oh, it's Austin's emote. Yeah, okay. That's... Man, you guys all are so protective of PBG. I'd have thought you were used to it by now, what with your hair. I put a hand defensively to my bangs and Paul backtracked. Because it's pretty! I guess you being stared at is partly my fault, isn't it? What with the rumors and all? I said nothing. He was getting dangerously near addressing what happened the week before, and the sudden nausea overtaking me didn't make me inclined to speak. Actually, I wanted to talk to you about that. Kind of. He clapped his hands together, then pointed me square in the face. I have a plan. A plan? Yes, a plan. You see, you and I are going to pretend to date. Oh my god. Listen, guys, I don't even remember what actually happens in this route anymore, so with every stupid thing Paul's thinking of, I'm like, why are you so stupid? It actually feels like I'm playing this for the first time. Why are you the worst? He clapped his hands together again, then jazz-handed them out in a large circle. This is what we leave PPG for. Whoop-bam! My throat caught, but I tried very hard not to be upset. Sit in your lane, Paul. Why on earth would I do that? Was he making fun of me, or did he genuinely not understand what a completely terrible and insensitive idea that was? Well, the reason people are paying you so much attention is because we haven't answered the question of whether we're dating. Or we have, but no means the same thing as no comment. If we just answer the question properly and tell them we are dating, there's no way they'll keep following you around the way they're doing. The campaign will get a nice bit of publicity, and you'll... Oh, God, Paul, that's not a good look. And you'll be safe from the horror that is our occasional idiotic student body. Zen, no, I'm so sorry. That? Yeah. Listen, Paul is based on so many guys that I have known. He bowed gallantly and peered up at me through his bangs.
Right?
Sound good?
No!
No, it does not sound good. When are you going to stop treating me like I'm some kind of thing you can just milk for publicity's sake? Do you not understand that I have feelings? My eyes widened as I realized what I just said and the ways it could be taken. Wait, no. That's not what I... Never mind, forget it. I stalked back into the cafeteria, Paul trailing me like a duckling following its mama.
Hana.
But Hana, that's not what I'm doing. You know that's not what I'm doing, right? I grabbed my bag and took my tray to throw it out.
Hana!
Hana! Explaining nothing, I fled the cafeteria, heading I knew not where. As long as it was far, far away from Paul, I would be happy. Oh, did I really? No. Yeah, I really did make that the... I made that the end of chapter 3. I'm the worst person. Well. Oh, man, and that's a good scene. Well, I guess we're gonna end the Asagao playthrough of this here, and we're gonna save chapter 4 for Sunday. I'm not here for a fixer-upper. Chan, do it. Do it. So now it's time for an ice cream party! Yay! I promised that if we ended the stream early and we finished chapter... Do it, Kate. Oh, I'm sorry, Zen. Oh, I have known some actual dirtbags. Like I said, jaded. Yes, ice cream party! I promised that if we ended the stream early today, then we could all go get ice cream and eat it together. I have a popsicle in my freezer that I'm gonna go get. Everybody go get ice cream! Everybody go get ice cream! Everybody go get ice cream, and I'm gonna go get ice cream. Whee! You haven't gotten this far into the route and you're mad? Good. Good night, Kate. Sleep well. I'll BRB. Getting ice cream. Night, y'all. Everybody going to sleep. Don't eat the ice cream if it's gonna hurt you. Yeah. See, I remember, like, I love Paul's route. I had so much fun writing it. But now I think I might have just had fun writing it because Paul's such a jerk. I feel like I had a good thing happen at the end that made it worth it. I feel like I did. I'm not sure anymore, but I thought I had. Yeah, I don't have any actual ice cream. I just have a popsicle. Hey! Cliff has donated $3 and says, That 7 isn't gonna get fixed by itself. Oh, for the Shane route? I'm sorry to everybody who was bothered by it, but thank you very much, Cliff. It was a good end for best end. Listen, I think Paul has merits by the end. I get it. Well, I mean, I wrote it, but also I get it by the end. I'm really wondering whether, if after chapter 4, you guys will think that Paul's worth it, because there is kind of because I can't. Okay, I want to talk about his character, but I can't until we play chapter 4. Yeah, the whole chapter. Your essay? Dark chocolate is good. It is weird that it's an ice cream bar and it tastes like dark chocolate. Unless we get the worst end. Maybe the worst end will be worth it just for the struggle. Paul ate my homework. Oh, that sounds awesome, Coda. Nice. That's fair. That's fair, Negapole. Tian says that there's still a chance that we can like Paul, and if Tian says it, then it's true. I don't remember. I literally found it in the grocery store and it said, now with more juice flavor. And then like, here's the thing about these popsicle sticks. It said, now there's more juice flavor. And I was like, whatever. And then I had a popsicle yesterday. It's like a frozen Jolly Rancher that doesn't make your mouth sticky. It's great. It's like so fruity, so flavorful. All the pain is wonderful. I'm definitely a sadistic writer. I love making my characters in pain. I love putting my readers in pain. That's why my teacher told me that I wasn't allowed to write any painful stories to read because I made the entire class feel too bad. Once. It was actually real, like, my teacher, I'm not joking, my teacher genuinely pulled me aside at the end of class and was like, so you're not allowed to write another story like that. It was very good, which is the only reason I let it slide. And I was like, thanks. Gari couldn't? No, never. I don't know that I ever had Otter Pops. Writer goals. Me. Ruins everybody. Ha 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 ha. I love that. Maya, it's fate. It's fate for you. You try, but you can't run from him. Welcome back, Truck. What is this Otter Pop? Hang on, I'm gonna Google it. You made it just in time for the start of chapter 4, which we're not playing right now. Oh, Otter Pops. God, I had these so much when I was a kid. I never particularly liked them, but my parents kept getting them. Did somebody drive you back? How'd you get back, Zek? Ah, sorry, the ice got stuck in my teeth. Ah, God, that was painful. I hate it. Lead row. Okay. Okay, good. Todd, nothing but jubilant. Zek does drive. It's just that if he's drunk, he shouldn't be driving. Oh, that makes sense, Bill Nye. I had a teacher who banned all death in the short stories that we were writing because when you're a beginner writer, the easiest thing to do when you don't know where a story is going or you don't know how to get a story off the ground is just to have a dead character or to kill a character off. And he was tired of seeing all the amateur writers do that because they weren't learning anything and they weren't pushing themselves, so he banned it. It was a very good decision, I think, in hindsight. Dark Storytime? Oh, Cliff, there is no way I am ever going to read that story on stream. Ever. Maybe someday I will put it out in like an ebook or something. Oh, there's no joke on the stick. What the heck? That sucks. I tried to write a creepypasta once. I'm not good at it. Because creepypasta has a very specific style that tends to be more colloquial and like it has certain conventions that are basically creepypasta is a very specific style, and all of the ways that you're supposed to write creepypastas are ways that you're not supposed to write good writing. At least that I've been taught. So I'm very bad at writing creepypastas and I'm not very interested in it. Cliff, that's horrifying. What the heck? No, it wasn't 4th grade, it was in college, so I mean, it's probably not that good. I just would never read it because it's really uncomfortable for a reason, and I genuinely felt bad for making everybody so uncomfortable. I mean, it was like a good thing, but also I genuinely felt bad. I don't even know how it holds up, I just don't. Meh. Meh. Luke and Ian did a creepypasta together? I hate popsicles because then you get to the end and you're like, I can't. We were just talking about stories that I've written. By the way, I need to update my Patreon. I wrote like 5 posts for the Patreon, and I was like, cool, all I need to do is schedule them to come out, and I didn't because I was like, well, I know I wrote them, but I want to go back over them one more time and make sure that everything's right and I've edited. So I just... Right, do you have an interest in like bad or creepy writing? Like I have an interest in terrible movies? Oh, on Ian and Friend. A optimist. Help us all. Well, that's really cute. I'm not good at, I don't think that I'm really good at horror unless it comes from inside the main character themselves. I really excel at horror that is caused by the protagonist. Not at like supernatural horror or someone's trying to get, no, well, wait, no, I did write oh, no, never mind. I guess I'm good at writing stories about other people being creepy. But I excel at stories about this person being creepy, all of the Jacques route. Hey! Any more interactive book projects? There's Illiceed's new game that's gonna come out at some point. The production has kind of slowed down a lot since I started working, which is only to be expected. So I don't know when exactly is a good time, like, to anticipate that, but we are still working on it. And then for the most part right now, I'm working on short stories, a book, and poetry. I've actually been working a lot on poetry because I'm trying to enhance my style. Sad, uncomfortable stories? See, Same. I love stories that pose thoughts. But then sometimes the characters get in your head and you see them everywhere because the question remains unanswered by the story and by yourself deep inside your skull. That's really creepy, John. I don't like, that's not a joke. What is that? That's really creepy. Currently we do not plan on doing another Kickstarter. We're hoping that we've saved enough money to be able to just make the game on our own. I do poetry, or at least I try. I try to do poetry. I don't think that I'm very good at it. I'm still trying to find my poetic style. The only the only poem that I've ever written that I actually really liked, I'm not sure if I even see it objectively because it was a poem I wrote after the death of a childhood friend. So, so like I obviously I really like that poem, but that doesn't right. Oh,
Yay!
it's cold. Ah, hey Max. Thank you. Also cold. What has wheels and flies? A garbage truck? Oh, I got it. Play on words. I got it. You appreciate my comic noises after talking about a terrible tragedy? You can see why my teacher banned my darker writing. Why? Because I tried to make light of horrible things? There's nothing wrong with that. Pew. I just like addressing the darkness in our everyday's lives, and addressing all the things that people keep hidden in the shadows, dispelling illusions by bringing the pain to the forefront. What's wrong with that? That all is fine! I see. I understand that, Shadow. Poetry is really hard to feel good about because, like, it's so... I just feel like you can get really a lot more in your head about poetry than you can about stories. Or at least that's what I find is the case for me, which is why I'm trying to do it, because obviously if I'm getting so in my head about it, it means that there's something I can learn from it. That's awesome, Allie! I'm wanting to write a script for a movie. What movie? That sounds cool. I'm not sure that I see the difference between physical darkness or existential darkness, Chan. I'm not sure that I see much of a difference between those two. I know that's what everybody thought the Jacques route would be. Because the darkness doesn't always want to come forward? No, darkness never wants to come forward. That's why you have to bring it out and look at it. I don't like people who are living under illusions of their own making. Okay, I said I don't like people. I don't like it when people are living under illusions of their own making. I think it's much better when you make a choice about something. Alright, Siren. I'm working on a new story that's based on my experiences at my current full-time job. And I'm just a big fan. Like, I'm a big fan of my own ideas. I'm going all Persona on. Man, I've been Persona my entire life. Okay. I once read a short story by a writer that was talking about like the ethics of writers using other people's lives and the characters that they make. and it was kind of like joking around. It was like a story about a writer being like, I don't do that. But the fact that it was a story about a writer being like, I don't do that, meant that it was a story about a writer doing that, saying, I don't do that. And all the writers in the room were like, I'm uncomfortable with the ethical question this short story has brought up. And then we all ignored it and continued writing about ourselves and other people. Haha. What are you doing? Stream? Ah, there we go. Listen, will you just let me enjoy this stream? Please? That's the thing. Ideas are great. But that's all they are. Unless you do something with them. I've known a lot of ideas people, and I think it's great. But those ideas people always wanted to make other people do the hard work for them, and that wasn't great. Ooh, nice Crimson Zen. That reminds me of like the saddest short story ever. You know that was like was it 4 words? Oh. Okay, I don't want to butcher it, so I'm not actually gonna say it. Give me 1 second. Of course we are. Whoa, that's a very large screen. Wow, Shane. Why are you just there? The 6 words one? Yeah, I think, yeah, the 6 words one. I am stressed about it right now. That's it. Thank you, Tina. I was getting it wrong. I was rearranging the words, but yes. The 6 word story. For sale, baby shoes never worn. This is Slime Rancher. We're gonna play around with this for just a little bit. Since I am still having, like, some weird fatigue shenanigans, I'm probably gonna try to turn in earlier so that I don't, etc. Sliming around. Come on and slime, and welcome to the slime. Nailed it. I also love the main character's design in this game. Alright, so a lot of things have changed since the last time I streamed this because I streamed a lot of it away from you guys because I don't like backseat gaming, but that was happening a lot with this game for some reason. So some of the things that have happened, I've upgraded like the appearance of my farm a little bit. Here we have our friends. Most of these things are equipped very nicely. I have unlocked this area. And inside you will see more chicken factories, tree factories, glowing radioactive slimes, blowing up slimes, and flying cat slimes. And what are you doing here? Why are you here? How did you what are you doing here? Who are you? Get away. I can't even see past you. Stay away! Okay, moving on. So that was that on that side. I have the lab unlocked in the back, but like honestly, the lab confuses me a lot, so I don't even want to bother. I have the forest area unlocked. I've unlocked a couple of gates. I've gotten an access to a new area on the island. Where do you go to see the map? Where's your map? Whatever, I guess we're lost? No, M. Nailed it. I got this new area unlocked. And that's it. I've just been, honestly, for the past couple times I've been playing, I've just been trying to store up enough food that my people are not going to die all the time. Because they keep dying. I mean, they don't die. They just, like, get mad at me. And I'm like, why do you guys eat so much? You eat so much. I just want to go on adventures without you guys getting mad at me for dying. Good night, Maya. Good luck with your essay. Hello, plastic. You eat so much. Me at myself. Oh, good night, Double A. Yeah, I think this game has done a lot better now. Oh, did I just accidentally throw you guys over here? I'm so sorry. Get into my cannon. What do I have in here? Oh, I have my chickens in here. Is that what's been happening? Why? You keep... I mean, I'm not mad about it because I do need you, but, like, why? Good night, Mayeen. Thanks for coming. All these good people with the sense to go to sleep. So many chickens all of a sudden. Like, what? Where are you guys all my life? I was looking for you for so long. Oh, I'm sorry, Zen. Ooblets? What's ooblets? You guys doing it in here? I mean, how are you guys doing in here? And then my brain went Freudian and was like, thieves are supposed to bang each other. I think the last thing I did was empty all of these containers because there were too many. You're fine. You're fine. I don't know, I have you on the lowest setting. I don't know why you keep spewing out so much food. I don't eat that much. Ooblets? Ah! Oh my god! I want to play this game! Okay. It's rude for me to get excited when the chat can't see what I'm getting excited about. I'm sorry. That's so cute. Okay, I want it. I want to play it. No, I hadn't seen it. Now I'm excited about it. Did I have... Oh no, you're almost out of food. Star Stable Online? No, I haven't. Oh, I remember you mentioning that before, though. I'm backlogged on stream games to play. There was that one stream where y'all bought me, like, 20 actual games, and I have been backlogged ever since because one of those games was Steins Gate, and that game was 50 hours long. And we didn't even get the true ending. Man, the last time I played this game, I was listening to a Stuff You Should Know podcast about serial killers, and that's all I'm remembering as I'm playing through. Or E3? I guess I haven't seen that much of E3. I watched the Nintendo Direct and honestly I couldn't care. I don't really care that much about what else was happening at E3 aside from the Nintendo Direct. I mean, these are very murderous slimes. I'm not sure if you've seen them try, but they're very murderous slimes. There you go. Missed. Kirby games? Sure. Man, I never got to beat the Kirby game with the crystals where, like, she's possessed if you don't get all the crystals. Young me was, like, so freaked out. I finally beat the game and she was still evil. Like, what? She/he? I don't remember. Like, what? Oh, a lot of carrots. Hey, you know what? Oh, dang. You're fine. Well, you guys. Eat carrots, please. Kirby and the crystal shards. All I want to do is make my farm pretty. Jeff did that? I don't even remember. Doesn't sound too far off from something he could do. Kirby? Well, first Zach and I have to stream Final Fantasy X-2, so that's that. What are you doing here? Are you trying to eat my... Where did you come from? Are you from in there? Despicable. Look at it. Look at how pretty it is up there. I've never actually looked at the sky in this game before. Oh, the moon is so big. There's clouds blocking my lovely view of the stars. And that's so pretty. Do you think if I pay them enough money, I can see prettier views of the stars? I have the air nets in place. The artist did a great job on the style of this game. Chroma packs. New color schemes? Oh. I want to do color schemes. Yeah! Yeah, boy! Classic. Milkshake. Oh my god, that's adorable. Cobalt. Yo. Obviously we're going with milkshake. This is great. Oh man, I didn't know that you could make the... Wait, I didn't want the house. I didn't know that you could make the tech stations different colors. That's so good because I did not like the colors they originally were. Cobalt's not that bad, but Milkshake is very clearly the best one. Wait, I want to look at myself. We look pretty much the same, but that's fine because we were already very cute. Now it's pink! It's pink! Let's see if it'll bring all the slimes to the yard. That's awesome. This is a game that is ostensibly about cute slimes, but is really about capitalism. Never eat all your beets. Imprison the slimes. Now, what did the slimes ever do to you, Syrian? You, who I am blaming for the imprisoned slimes. How dare you imprison them? Awful, human, you are. Awful. Imprisoning slimes. Watch me rolling. Thank you for following. Enjoy your apprenticeship. This game exists where that is already occurring, unfortunately. Man, I tried to get a water slime, but like, I got a slime and I got the water and the slime like, just like, I couldn't put the water in the slime area. And then I was like, oh no, the slime's gonna die. And then like, after I got rid of the water slime, because I literally took it back into the wild and freed it. After I got rid of the water slime, it was like, hey, you need to make a pond. And I was like, if you would have just like told me this. Good night, Ipica. Hover, hover, hover. Ah! Do they eat? Why are they smiling at me? I'm suspicious of them. Man, I don't know what you're talking about is new. The fire slimes? I just showed you the fire slimes. They were right there. 2 slimes. 2 cool. Oh, Aquafox. Thank you for the info, but please don't backseat game. Like, I don't know that much about this game, so it's nice to discover things on my own. And Zach, it sounds like you should just be playing this game again. It's alright, Aqua. I understand. All your chickens are mine.
Yeah!
Syrian Dude has donated $3 and says, mod the game and make a Paul slime. Would that Paul slime, like, would what it did be jump into your face, causing you damage every time that it did, but it was like, no, I'm giving you a kiss because I like you. Because that's pretty much the epitome of the Paul rat right there. Too busy with D&D. If this slime tries to steal your mojo. Yeah, that would be what it was. Anthony KW, thank you for following and enjoy your apprenticeship. The Paul redemption arc. Man, everybody's real mad at Paul today. It's great. I love it when people get upset about the things that I write, because especially if I wanted them to be upset. Or actually, usually most of the time when I write things, I don't envision whether somebody's gonna be upset. Like, I don't envision how people are gonna respond to it. So when I see people respond to it, I'm like, hey, pretty much. It would also come with the 2 other slimes that are cute, but you can't interact with them. Good night, Min. I hope that things get better. I'll be thinking of you. I love how you range those slimes. Oh, DeviantArt. I used to do... Never mind, I didn't used to do anything. Turn 9, thank you for following. Enjoy your apprenticeship. Nothing. I didn't used to do anything. I haven't used to do anything since the time I was born. Used to doing things. What people are used to doing things? No people. That's who. What? I've never done anything anywhere, at any point in time. I'm certain that you'll never discover what things I have never done, because they didn't happen. Lucky for me, my internet backtrail is not as easy to discover, elsewise Shane would have already found it. These are the fire slimes. Look at how happy he is about that chicken. Lol. Lol. It wasn't actually DeviantArt. So the joke is on you! Damn it, you made me confirm that it wasn't DeviantArt. I could have led you all on a goose trail. For ages. Because my DeviantArt doesn't have anything. I was never artistic, don't you understand? Man, Wattpad was after my time. How young do you think I am? Time to go to sleep, everybody. Good stream. Time. Bye. Okay, we're gonna go. Anybody want to share the one good thing that happened to them today? Let's go to sleep. Let's go to sleep. Boop. Oh, quit Slime Rancher. Oh no, game's over. Time to go to sleep, guys. Yeah, we'll end the stream by looking at what Squid has posted. Oh my god, that's horrifying. Hey! Agabuha, thanks for resubscribing! And and welcome back, and thank you for continuing to support the fold. Nailed it. Oh, okay. Nope, I'm not reading that about spiders. I ain't doing that. Yeah, so like, you made a good comfy sock? That's good. Today, I, made friends with people at my work, and I'm very excited about it. There's like a lot of inside jokes now running with different people at my work, which is great because like the job that we do is very boring. So the fact that we all make really stupid job related jokes that nobody else thinks is funny, but we all find very hilarious. I'm enjoying it a lot. You got taken off your medicine! Nice! A good friend of yours is getting married. Congratulations. You have a free day from school. I'm very happy for you. Oh yeah, tomorrow I only have a half day at work. Because I have another half day Saturday, but also it's only a half day. Going to Rose City Comic Con. Have fun, Allie. Oh, that's lovely, Kita. I hope it's very good. You should share it. You should, if you want to, you can share it when you're done. 80th birthday! Happy birthday to your uncle. Nice, John. You're killing it. I'm not gonna read the next thing you're gonna write, Meg. Don't appreciate it. Ooh. Yo, that's a tough choice. Good luck. Good luck, Allie. Jarrett, thank you for following and enjoy your apprenticeship. Also, Society Milkmaid, I seem to have missed you earlier, but thank you for following and enjoy your apprenticeship as well. Yeah, you can share it on Twitter. You can also, if you come into the stream again, you can share it there. Or if you ever join the Discord, there's literally a specific chat for sharing people's stuff. Oh, have fun, Niznob. Tell me if it's any good, please. Your replacement phone came in? Oh, case shopping. Man, I went with the classic, like, see-through because I had seen it in a lot of K-dramas and it looked super classy, and I think it still looks super classy. But sometimes I look at other people's cases and I'm like, those are so cute. Avita! Oh, that sounds so cool, Max. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love dances. Favorite K-drama? Cheese in the Trap. It's so good. It's also very stressful. Like, if you don't like being stressed, maybe you shouldn't watch it. It's very good, but very stressful. I mean, like, City Hunter was also probably the most stressful show that I've ever watched in my entire life. I watched it with my roommate Kate at the time, and at the end of every single episode, we would scream because we were so stressed and angry that it was ending there. To the point that the ending song that they used is glued to both of our minds. Yeah. Boys Over Flowers is awful, 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 awful. Boys Over Flowers is awful. I mean, the different interpretations sometimes clean it up, but in the original version of Boys Over Flowers, he literally ties her to a car and drags her across the ground. He, like, hires a group of men to assault her. Like, Boys Over Flowers, I ain't into glamorizing that relationship. It's okay, Lobster. I know a lot of people really like it, and I know that also a lot of the reason a lot of people like it is because, like, they've seen the K-drama or the J-drama version, and those did make it a lot more palatable than the original did. So, thank you to everybody who came and joined and watched the stream. Thank you to everybody who has donated, and thank you to everybody who has become a new apprentice or remained a member of the fold. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, okay, here's the thing. I watched the whole thing and I was like, I was gripped by the story of Hana Yori Dango. Like, I found it very interesting. But I got to the end and I was like, I don't like this couple. Like, it was a fun watch, but like the ending, I'm like, no. So thank you guys, and yes, have a good night and sleep well. And I'll see you for chapter 4 on Sunday. Bye bye.